Tonight you are arriving at a small medieval inn just as evening settles over the village. The road behind you is quiet now, the work of the day finished, and the light is beginning to fade. Ahead, warm firelight glows through narrow windows, steady and inviting, promising rest, food, and shelter for the night. You push open the heavy oak door of the inn, and immediately warmth wraps around you. The cool evening air from the road slips away behind you, replaced by the gentle heat of the hearth and the faint scent of bread, herbs, and slow-cooked stew. A soft murmur of voices drifts from the tables, low and unhurried, as if the inn itself is breathing calmly. Inside, the room stretches before you, simple and welcoming. Thick timber beams line the ceiling, darkened with age, and stone walls hold the warmth from the fire. Windows glow with amber light, hinting at the quiet life beyond. The village streets emptying as dusk deepens. The floorboards creak slightly beneath your boots, familiar and reassuring, each step a reminder that you are safe here. The innkeeper, moving with quiet grace, adjusts a chair at a table, straightens a cup, and smiles without words. Their presence is steady, calm, and welcoming. Near the hearth, a pot simmers, sending up slow curls of fragrant steam, filling the room with the scent of carrots, onions, and rich broth. A ladle rests nearby, ready, yet the innkeeper moves with deliberate slowness, tending the meal without haste. A few travelers sit at sturdy wooden tables, their movements gentle, their voices low. Some lift spoons to taste the stew. Others sip from cups of warm cider. The air carries the soft sounds of the evening. The clink of a cup against a plate, the faint shuffle of a foot, the subtle hum of conversation too quiet to demand attention. Each sound blends with the warmth of the fire, creating a cocoon of calm. You find an empty bench near the hearth, smooth from years of use, and settle into it. The warmth spreads gradually from the fire to your shoulders, chest, and back. The day's travel begins to loosen from your muscles, leaving a soft, pleasant heaviness. A cup of spiced tea is set before you, its steam rising in gentle spirals. You lift it slowly, feeling the warmth seep into your hands. Across the room, a traveler folds a cloak neatly over the back of a chair. Boots, slightly worn from the road, are set aside in a careful line along the wall. Another traveler stretches briefly, shoulders rising and falling in a small motion, then rests again, leaning back into the chair. Each gesture is slow, deliberate, soothing in its quiet repetition. The fire itself seems alive yet gentle, logs crackling softly as embers glow warmly beneath. Sparks leap briefly, then disappear unnoticed. Candle flames flicker across the room, their wax melting in small, measured drips. Shadows stretch along the walls, moving subtly with the light, but nothing startles. Everything here is measured and calm, a rhythm for the evening to follow. The innkeeper moves again, carrying a tray with bowls of stew and small loaves of bread. Each placement is careful, deliberate, never rushed. Steam rises from the bowls, mingling with the scent of the fire and fresh bread, wrapping around the tables and the travelers like a gentle embrace. Hands lift spoons slowly, tasting the food with quiet attention. Every movement reinforces the stillness and comfort of the space. You take a bite, warm and grounding, feeling it settle in your stomach. The flavors are simple but rich. The sweetness of root vegetables, the earthy aroma of herbs, and the subtle, savory depth of slow-cooked meat. Bread is torn and dipped, softening with the heat of the stew. Each mouthful encourages a slowing of thought, a letting go of tension. Across the room, a traveler murmurs a soft comment about the stew. Another nods, listening, eyes half closed, settling into the rhythm of the evening. There is no rush to respond, no need to speak louder than necessary. Conversations rise and fall gently, like waves lapping at a quiet shore. Even the faint shuffle of a foot or the settling of a chair becomes part of the soothing background of the inn. The smell of wax, fire, and cooked food is steady, filling the senses without overwhelming. Each inhale feels grounding, reminding the body that it is safe, warm, and stationary. Shoulders soften further, muscles loosen, and the chest expands and contracts in a slower, deeper rhythm. The inn itself seems to hold the quiet, as though it has known 1,000 evenings like this, and will hold 1,000 more. Outside, the sky grows darker. Stars begin to peek through the deepening blue, and the pale light of the moon brushes the village rooftops. The streets are quiet now, distant footsteps rare, doors closed, shutters drawn. Beyond the door, the world continues on. But inside, the inn exists in a gentle bubble, separate from the passing of time. A soft clink of pottery signals another bowl set down, collected by the innkeeper. The sound is unobtrusive, comforting, a reminder of the slow, measured rhythm that governs the room. Someone adjusts the placement of a chair, another folds a cloth neatly. Gestures so small they might have gone unnoticed anywhere else. But here they reinforce calm. The fire is tended one last time before the meal truly settles. The innkeeper shifts logs slightly, embers glowing brighter, the flames moving with gentle steadiness. Sparks rise in brief flashes, then vanish into the air unnoticed. Candle flames flicker softly, shadows stretching, shifting in time with the fire. The light itself seems aware of the evening's rhythm, adjusting and breathing with the room. You sip your drink again, feeling the warmth move slowly from your hands into your chest. Each swallow encourages a sense of stillness, a soft surrender to the comfort around you. The smell of bread, the faint smoke, all mingle in a quiet harmony, soothing, grounding, and familiar. The travelers settle further into their chairs, some leaning back, others resting a hand gently on the table. Movements are minimal, unhurried, purposeful in their calm. The air in the room feels denser with warmth, but not heavy, just enough to hold the sense of peace steady and complete. You lean back slightly, feeling the chair's warmth seep through your back. Tension drifts away, and your mind begins to settle into the rhythm of the room. The day's weariness eases into calm. The inn begins to take on its own quiet life. The travelers, the innkeeper, the fire, and the candles all blend into a single comforting presence. You are a part of it now, safe, warm, and grounded. And as you sit, letting the room envelop you, the first gentle signs of night and rest begin to arrive. The slow rhythm of the inn guiding you toward the evening's peace. As the evening deepens, the inn settles into a quieter rhythm. Nothing announces the change. It happens naturally, as though the space itself understands the hour. The fire at the hearth burns lower now, its flames steady and unhurried. The sharp crackle from earlier has softened into a muted glow. Embers resting close together beneath the logs. Heat radiates outward in an even, dependable way, warming the room without demanding attention. Meals have finished. Plates sit empty, pushed slightly aside. A final crust of bread is broken and shared without comment. Cups are lifted one last time, then set down carefully, their contents nearly gone. No one rushes to refill them. The innkeeper moves through the room with practiced ease. A bowl is lifted, then another, stacked neatly and carried away. A cloth passes across the tables, gathering crumbs with slow, quiet strokes. Each surface is left clean, smooth, and undisturbed. Chairs are drawn closer to tables, no longer pulled back for conversation. A bench near the wall is cleared, its space returned to stillness. The room feels ordered, complete, as though everything has found its place for the night. Voices fade in stages. A few murmured words linger near the hearth, then fall away. What remains is not silence, but something softer. A shared calm that requires no sound. Candle flames flicker gently, shorter now as wax gathers at their bases. Their light stretches across the walls in long, unmoving shadows. Corners of the room grow dimmer, not suddenly, but slowly, as though darkness is being invited in rather than forced. The scent of the meal fades, replaced by warm wood and cooling stone. Air drifts lazily through the space, stirred only when someone shifts their weight or adjusts their cloak. Each movement is unhurried, deliberate, almost thoughtful. A traveler folds a cloak more carefully than before, smoothing it along the bench beside them. Another loosens a belt, setting it aside with quiet care. Boots rest near the wall, paired neatly, no longer needed until morning. The innkeeper pauses at the counter, checking what remains. A pot is lifted from the coals, its contents long finished. Utensils are rinsed and set away. Nothing is left undone, nothing forgotten. Outside, night has fully settled. The village beyond the inn grows indistinct, its sounds softened by distance and dark. If anything stirs beyond the walls, it arrives only as a faint reminder, easily ignored. Inside, the inn feels smaller now, more contained. Attention turns inward. Travelers lean back in their seats or rest elbows lightly on tables. Shoulders lower. Breaths deepen, slow and even. The fire sighs softly as a log settles, sending a brief ripple of sparks upward before returning to its steady glow. No one looks up. The warmth remains constant, dependable. Time stretches in a gentle way. Moments pass unnoticed. There is no sense of waiting, no expectation of what comes next. The evening no longer progresses. It simply rests. A shutter is adjusted near the window, cutting back the cool night air. A latch is checked at the door, secured with quiet certainty. These small acts mark the closing of the day. Candles remain lit, but their purpose has shifted. They no longer illuminate. They accompany. Their flames sway faintly, content to remain as they are. A traveler near the hearth closes their eyes briefly, then opens them again, blinking slowly. Another rests their hands together, fingers relaxed, unmoving. The room breathes as one. The innkeeper makes one final pass through the space, ensuring nothing requires attention. Tables are clear. The hearth is steady. The floor is quiet beneath each step. The building itself seems to ease, familiar with this hour. Walls hold warmth, gathered throughout the day. Beams above remain still, unchanged, sheltering the quiet below. Even the fire seems content, settled into its nighttime rhythm. No one speaks. There is nothing left to exchange. The shared understanding is simple and unspoken. The day has reached its end. The inn has fulfilled its purpose in a satisfying way. Food has been served, warmth provided, shelter offered. What remains now is rest. As the evening draws fully inward, the space prepares itself for deeper quiet of night. One by one, the signs of wakefulness begin to fade. A chair shifts softly as someone stands, careful not to disturb the calm that has settled over the room. Footsteps cross the floor, slow and measured, then turn toward the stairway. Wood creaks gently beneath each step, a familiar sound that draws no attention. Another traveler gathers their belongings without hurry. A pouch is secured. A cloak is lifted and draped across an arm. Nothing is rushed, nothing forgotten. The movements feel practiced, shaped by many evenings much like this one. The stairway accepts its first guests of the night. Each step rises into shadow, lantern light dimming as it climbs. Above, doors open quietly, then close again, their sounds softened by thick wood and time-worn hinges. Down below, the common room grows emptier. The fire remains, steady and low. Its warmth no longer reaches as far as before, but it is enough. Enough for those who remain, enough for the quiet it keeps. Candles are extinguished one at a time. Fingers pinch flames gently, sending brief trails of smoke upward before they fade. Light withdraws from the corners of the room, leaving only what is needed. The innkeeper moves more slowly now. A final cup is collected. A stool is turned upright and tucked beneath the counter. The floor is clear, open, resting. A shutter near the window is closed fully, sealing out the night air. The latch clicks softly into place. Inside, the room feels complete, enclosed, sheltered from whatever lies beyond the walls. Voices have disappeared entirely. What remains is the faintest evidence of life. The sound of breath, the low hum of the fire, the subtle settling of wood as the building adjusts to the cooling night. A traveler near the hearth shifts position, leaning back, hands folded loosely, eyes closed and remain so. There is no effort in it. Rest seems to arrive naturally. The stairway creaks once more as someone ascends, then falls still again. Above, footsteps fade into distance, absorbed by thick floors and heavy doors. Down below, the common room no longer feels like a gathering place. It has become something quieter, something meant to be passed through only by necessity. The innkeeper pauses near the hearth, adjusting a log with the poker just enough to ensure it will last through the night. Sparks rise briefly, then disappear. Satisfied, the poker is returned to its hook. A blanket is folded and set aside. A bench is cleared. The room holds nothing extra now, nothing unused. Time stretches thin. Minutes pass unnoticed. The night deepens without announcement. Outside, the world moves on in silence. Roads lie empty. Fields rest beneath darkness. If wind passes through the village, it does so gently, touching rooftops and trees without sound. Inside the inn, the air grows cooler near the floor, warmer near the ceiling. Layers of comfort settle into place. Nothing shifts, nothing calls for attention. The innkeeper takes one last look around the room. Everything is as it should be. With quiet certainty, they turn toward the stairway and ascend, lantern light lifting slowly away from the common room. At the top of the stairs, the lantern dims, then disappears. A door closes softly above. Below, the inn is left to itself. The fire continues its quiet work, embers glowing like distant stars. Shadows remain still along the walls, unmoving. No footsteps cross the floor. No doors open. The common room rests, held in gentle darkness. The building breathes in slow, even rhythms. Beams hold steady. Stone retains the day's warmth. The inn has entered its deepest quiet. Nothing more is expected of the night. The space remains as it is, safe, warm, and still, waiting patiently for morning, but content to linger here, in silence, for as long as the darkness lasts. At last, you leave the common room behind. You rise quietly from your place near the hearth, careful not to disturb the stillness that has settled there. The warmth lingers at your back for a moment, then fades as you turn toward the stair. Nothing calls you to stay. The night has moved on. You lift the lantern beside the steps. Its flame is small and steady, offering just enough light to guide the way upward. Shadows gather softly along the walls as you begin to climb. The first step creaks gently beneath your weight, then settles again. Each stair follows in the same quiet rhythm, familiar and unhurried. Below, the common room recedes into darkness, its work finished for the night. The stairway narrows as you ascend. Old beams pass overhead, their shapes briefly revealed by lantern light before slipping back into shadow. The air grows cooler here, calmer, untouched by voices or movement. At the landing, you pause. Doors line the corridor, each one closed, each holding its own quiet rest. The lantern casts a warm glow across the wood, then moves forward again as you walk. Your footsteps are softened by thick boards beneath you. A door opens slowly at your touch, silent and practiced, and you step inside. The room is simple and still. A bed waits near the wall, blankets folded neatly, their weight familiar and reassuring. A small table rests nearby, holding only what is needed. Nothing competes for attention. You set the lantern down and lower the flame. Light softens across the room, then withdraws toward the corners, leaving the space calm and even. Your cloak is placed aside. Boots rest near the door. Each item finds its place without sound. You sit on the edge of the bed, then lie back, the weight of the day releasing easily. The blankets are drawn close, not tightly, but enough to hold warmth. The lantern flickers once, then dims further, its glow fading until darkness fills the room completely. There is no sharp edge to it, only quiet. Your breath slows. Beyond the walls, the inn remains still. Below, the hearth has settled into embers, its warmth lingering without effort. Above and beside you, other rooms rest in silence, each holding sleep gently. The building settles around you, beams steady, stone unmoving. Warmth remains where it belongs. Warmth remains where it belongs. Sound has withdrawn entirely. Outside, the night stretches on, unbroken. Roads lie empty and fields rest beneath the darkness. The world turns quietly, without demand. Nothing shifts. The last light is now gone. You rest easily now, held by the quiet of the inn. The day has passed fully, leaving nothing behind. Night carries everything forward, calm and untroubled, as sleep deepens and morning waits patiently beyond the dark.